Hello guys, this video has been made in response to a comment regarding my modification regarding the mark plus and mark minus command where the person is saying that the modification works but it does not work when we do an invert selection like it does in double commander, because even if it's written selection with num plus, in fact, this option simply determines when we play with the mask command if it will apply only to file or to directory. So, the modification I did now works. Let's suppose we go in the setting. Right now the default attribute mask is empty, but let's suppose we select that we don't want to have the directory. In other words, the directory attribute not set. Let's suppose I do this command, so it is simply the mark all command, which basically is what you got when you press the numeric keypad plus, control plus. So see, it select all, control minus deselect all, and it affect only the file. If we would have set the selection to the setting here to D plus, then let's suppose we again do control plus, control minus, we see that it affects only on the directory. Same thing for the invert. Okay, let's suppose I have selected some directories and some files. If I do the function that inverts selection, which is the numeric star on the keyboard, we see that it inverts only in the directories because of the setting. If the global setting is set to D minus, which means excluding the directory, in other words, where the directory flag in the attribute is not set. So if I hit the star, we see that the toggle is really in the files. Another modification I did is now the command mark all can receive parameter attr for attribute. So this command, for example, will select everything but will ignore the configuration because we have given a parameter to specify it. So since it's specified, no matter what is configured, it will select everything because the attribute is empty. That one, for example, no matter what is the configuration, it will select all the files, which means that the directory attribute is not set. This button will do all the directory. So let's suppose we want to test that. And to be able to test that, I will do something funny so we will better see. Regarding the attribute, we will put it to H+, which means to select the hidden thing. So if we see here, I have like 3 files that have the attribute hidden, 3 directories with the attribute hidden, and here 3 files with the attribute hidden. So let's suppose I simply invoke the select all command. We see that it applies only to the hidden. Okay, so we have no surprise here. So now let's look at the command here. This command is the one where we set the attribute with nothing, which means ignore the configuration since the attr parameter is there, and since the attribute flag are not, it means it will select really everything, no matter what. The other button here, select all, but with the attr attribute set to D minus, which means exclude directory. So it really select everything excluding the directory. Finally, this one, select all with the attribute D plus, which means select only all the directory. So we see it works. So the important thing here I wanted to say is the default attribute mask will be used when it is not specified as a parameter in the command, like for the first I have here with no parameter. I did the same for the unselect thing. Will not lose your time showing it to you, but believe me, it does the same, and same thing for the invert. So now all these can receive the parameter attr. since the beginning you see me clicking here on the skull. This is because the skull I have configured it to unmark all with the attribute set to nothing, which means ignore the configuration but make sure to select everything because no attribute specified as filter. Maybe we can go back in configuration regarding the file view. Here we still have the setting, use an independent attribute filter in mask input dialog each time. So when this option is checked, when we will click the CM mark plus command, or the command we have when we hit by default the plus on the numeric keypad, now I have an attribute filter that is there. Before it was not there. Here we have a funny thing. The directory not hidden or the file not that are hidden. Okay, so D plus means directory filter, H minus means not hidden. So we click that, that's what we got. So and if we would let's suppose we would change that. Now let's suppose we click something that is not a directory. That's what we got. And all these settings, let's suppose we will put that again, our funny thing, the directory that are not hidden or the files that are hidden. It was not obvious, but let's redo it again. So it really takes the directory that are not hidden and the file that are hidden. And this will not affect our global settings. Yeah, that's it. Because remember, the global settings we have put here was the H+. So even if we have done something funny with the mark plus command here, it does not affect the global setting that we have for these big ones. So I hope this will work and will answer to the request of the person did on the forum. Thank you very much for your time.